Hey everyone, I believe I am now live. As per usual, this is that awkward phase where I need you guys to confirm that you can actually see me and hear me and all that stuff. And then we'll get on with our main presentation here. First, tell me, how's the sound quality? Is it okay? Video quality, as you guys know with these live shows, doesn't really matter much because it's just a sweaty dude. So just first, please confirm the sound and video and everything is okay. And I do appear to be live now, that much I'm sure of. But just sound and video, and then we'll get on with this. So we got a lot of people in the comments, not bad already. Thank you for my fellow North Americans for staying up late for this, and Europeans. You guys are just waking up. People say it sounds good. Welcome. All right. Okay. Okay. Good. We're all here. All right. So. So I watched the Nintendo Switch presentation, as I'm sure a lot of you guys did, and I don't know, man. I just kind of wanted to talk about it, even though obviously not much of it has really totally sunk in yet. I just, usually I wait a while to do stuff like this, but I don't know, man. I just wanted to discuss it, and I figured this was a really good way to do it. So I made this big list of things, and I'm just going to kind of give my reactions to it and just talk a bit about it. And then we can all kind of discuss some other things. I know people were pointing out my buddy Shane Rerez. He's over at their website looking up information, and he found out that apparently there's only going to be 2 launch games on the Switch when it comes out. And that's the first thing we'll talk about is the Switch launches on March 3rd, 2017. So we're not far away. And the only 2 games that are going to come out right away is Zelda Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is, of course, the big one that everyone really wants. And then the other one is 1-2 Switch. So we'll talk more about that in a bit. Although, assuming that's true, that there's really only 2 games at launch, that's kind of strange. Genex125 says there's 4 launch games. Other people are saying 4. Can you tell me what the other 2 are? Some people are saying Just Dance 2017... and Bomberman. Just Dance 2017 I could definitely believe, because Ubisoft put that thing on the Wii U, the Wii, and the Switch. 3 generations of Nintendo hardware. I didn't even know there was a new Bomberman game. But yeah, alright. So point is, as Eric Leone says, we're only 7 weeks away, which is pretty cool. So now I'm just going to go through the list of basically the events, and I'm going to give my thoughts on it. You guys obviously feel free to comment in there and give your reactions, and we'll all kind of talk about it for a bit. It's not super late. It's 11:30 p.m. my time at the time I'm doing this. I was actually going to just go to bed after the stream, but so I'm sorry I'm not 100% on my A game here, but I did just do my best to down some coffee right before we do this. So here we go. All right. So as mentioned before, what we know now. The price of, the release date is March 3rd, so we're very close. The price in the United States will be $300 USD. Now, they use the term North America. Interestingly, they separated the United States and Canada when it came to where it was being released, but when it came to what the price is, they just kind of lumped them together. I can't imagine it would actually be $300 Canadian. Oh, hey, Julian, speak of the Canadian. Be careful, Julian's a very dangerous admin. He's out of his mind. But yeah, speaking of that, though, $300 Canadian's $220 US, so I can't imagine it'll be that. I'm imagining it'll probably be 400 Canadian or something like that. But yeah, the 300 US we at least know will be the launch price. So that was cool. I was kind of hoping more for the 250 range, but 300's not exactly unreasonable. It is region free. That was the only announcement out of the entire night where I actually clapped out loud, to myself. Because I was so happy that they did that. In fact, I even immediately tweeted at that moment, and I said something at Nintendo, thank you for making it region free, but how about unlocking the region coding on the Wii U as a parting gift? Because hint hint, we kind of would like that to be the case. Because that would be great. But I'm really happy that they're at least not putting region locks in the Switch. That's fantastic. So then they shifted over. That was some basic information that they gave us right from the get-go, and I was glad because they did it really efficiently, and those were all big questions people had. Now, the next thing up that they started talking about was more how the console would work. Oh, we have people saying in the comments, Nintendo of Canada is now saying it will be $400 CAD. See, perfect. That's exactly what I thought. some people are saying 32 gigabyte of internal memory. Is that true? I don't know that. I'm only going off the information I got from the presentation. I have not been looking into their website. I know they've posted more stuff on their website, so that I'm not sure of. But anyway, it wouldn't surprise me with Nintendo if there's only 32 gigabytes of internal storage, but I hope that's not true. But then again, if it doesn't require installations because it's running off these like, little SD card type of deals, that may not matter that much. Anyway, so after they gave us that basic information, they started doing more detailed stuff. They basically did a big presentation on the controller, which I believe they're called Joy-Cons. They're like these little. You guys have, I'm sure, have seen it by now. The main controller, the one that kind of looks like a dog's face, like it has those two ends. You can take those off, and they operate as like individual controllers. Those are called Joy-Cons, and they have, like, for lack of a better word, they have Wii-like motion sensing capabilities in them. So they were showing that, it can vibrate, and the way it vibrates can make you feel like it has ice in it. Like there's one ice cube, there's two ice cubes, it shakes a little, or you can feel the sensation of water pouring. Those are the specific examples that they gave. That seems kind of useless, but the point of that is not to say, like, we can simulate a water pouring into your hand. It's more to just point out that the vibration technology is there to make more unique experiences. I'm sure was the point of that. Which in concept is fine. I don't have anything against that. I do traditionally dislike motion controls, but I have not used the Switch, obviously, so I can't say like how good or how bad it is in that sense. So that could be kind of exciting, but I'm gonna have to actually try that before I'm down with that. But what they did mention next was that they had this game called 1-2 Switch, where they try to show off exactly what I didn't want to see. So they're using this game called 1-2 Switch as really, I would think, like Wii Sports or Nintendo Land. It's supposed to be a tech demo again for the technology. So in this case, they're like, hey, if you take our controller, it's got this camera type of deal in it, and it can sense, like how close you are to something, and it can sense like what the other person's hand is doing, and all this stuff. And the point is, they made like this boxing game, and it would be like springy boxing, and then you would have the two, Joy-Cons, and you would go like this and stuff to fight. And then the character would do that. That's a tech demo for the technology. That's the whole point. That's another reason that is definitely one of the launch titles. I think that's a traditional Nintendo launch title where you go, that'll be fun for 5 minutes, and then you will get really sick of it. I mean, obviously I haven't played it, but I didn't like shaking my arms around like an idiot with the Wii. One of the greatest things about the Wii U is that there were so many games that didn't require stuff like that. So I didn't like that. I'm not going to knock them for, improving motion technology and stuff and trying to make more unique experiences, of course, but that personally to me, I've never felt ever the need to just do this and call this a video game. Like that's called exercise, like, and I certainly don't know what that is. But anyway, let's move on. Then there was a game called ARMS. That suddenly, all right, yeah, I can't even remember really what that one was about. It was very obviously based on the name. It was sequel to ARMS announced. It's called Legs. Joke, but good one, Romeo Technic. Yeah, I don't remember ARMS making too much of an impression, but it was another one where, again, it was trying to show off like the technology there. Then there was Splatoon 2, which I will admit was a bit of a surprise, because I thought, like most of you, I'm sure, I thought that Splatoon announcement was going to be just like Splatoon HD or some shit from the Wii U. It was just going to bring it over with extra content and all this crap. I didn't expect a full-blown sequel, so I gotta admit that was pretty cool. That was surprising. Then they showed Super Mario Odyssey, which is the new Super Mario game that we had a small taste of in that original Switch reveal trailer. And that game looked cool as shit. I'm really excited about that one. I definitely want to play that. And please, I know you guys think I'm like a Sega fanatic, but you got to tell me that I can't be the other one to notice this. I got a huge Sonic Adventure vibe out of that initial trailer. Like it's, that New York style city street, and then they cut to like the sewer, and then the sewer, like, the thing starts shaking and stuff. Go watch some of the original Sonic Adventure footage. It's like exactly how that game starts. And I was like, and then like, if they did some of those overhead shots, and I was like, That's like when Sonic was standing up in Station Square looking down. I was like, this is weird, eerie, like how similar this is to Sonic Adventure in that regard. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just what came to my mind. Regardless, though, I think that Super Mario Odyssey looks pretty cool. I want to check that out for sure. Then there was Xenoblade 2. Now, this is where you definitely can call me a Sega fanatic, and justifiably so. Watching that whole trailer, and this is because I haven't played the other Xenoblade games, but watching that whole trailer, I got all the way to the end of that, and I was like, shit, there's a Skies of Arcadia game being announced here, because it looked so much like Skies of Arcadia. I was like, holy shit, Skies of Arcadia is making a comeback. That's insane. I can't believe Sega would do this. And then it goes, Xenoblade 2. I was like, oh, of course Sega wouldn't do that. What am I, retarded? You know, why would I think that? I just swear it looked so much like that. Like, that's exactly what I was expecting. So yeah, cool. Then they kind of just quickly brushed over the fact there's a new Fire Emblem game coming out, Fire Emblem Warriors. It's like they showed some footage for it, not much, and then didn't say much about it, and then the guy's just like, oh, by the way, what you just saw was Fire Emblem Warriors. Anyway, next, you know, and so I have nothing else really to say on that. Then they talked about Dragon Quest 10 and 11, which had already been announced, and were now announcing Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2. Dragon Quest stuff, not really my thing, you know, RPGs and stuff, but I'm sure a lot of people are excited about that. Then they briefly, in the same manner as Fire Emblem Warriors, they did the same like thing with Shin Megami Tensei by Atlas/Sega. People forget that Sega owns Atlas now, but thankfully Atlas just functions on their own. Sega leaves them alone, lets them do their own thing, because Sega's retarded. Well, they're smart enough at least to know not to fuck with Atlas. But yeah, so they're making a new Shin Megami Tensei game, which I'm sure a lot of us knew. I think the only part of that was surprising is that it's definitely coming to the Switch, which is great. Then they did that thing called Project Octopath Traveler, which looked like a really cool like little indie game, but they didn't show too much of it, so I'm not, you know, who knows. Then Sega did their presentation, which was pointless. Like, all I got out of that, I've seen even a few of you in the comments mentioning it, the Sega presentation was terrible. I couldn't follow what the guy was saying, and ultimately, I mean, aside from Shin Megami Tensei, which had its own separate thing, I didn't even know what Sega was doing there. They were just essentially, their whole point was, Sega will be supportive of this. All right, I'm gonna go. Like, that's really how that seemed to come off. Then Bethesda came out with obviously a pre-recorded video, likely shot in Washington, D.C. Skyrim is coming. It's official. I mean, we all kind of concluded that from that trailer. But it was nice that it was actually official and not like just a thing where Bethesda said it was okay to use Skyrim footage or whatever the hell. It's good. Skyrim's coming. So we'll see how that fares. I mean, obviously, you know, Skyrim's been out for over 5 years. We had the original release. We've had the remastered release recently, so it's not like there's a whole lot of people who have never seen or played Skyrim, but it's nice that the Nintendo fan base can finally check it out, because when you think about it, they never got to, you know, it wasn't on the Wii, it wasn't on the Wii U, so this is the first time, if you are, like, for whatever reason, a strictly only Nintendo owner, you get to play Skyrim, so that's cool. Then they came out, EA came out and announced that they would be, you know, putting out FIFA out there. Now, FIFA is obviously like a really big sports game, and I think the majority of us in here probably don't care too much about that in particular. But what I like about that is that at least EA is going to support it, because EA really dropped the Wii U like instantly. They put out FIFA 13, they put out Madden 13, and they put out like one of the Mass Effect games, and I think Need for Speed Most Wanted. Like, all of them were like launch titles, and then they instantly dropped support. So it's good that Nintendo got them to come back around, even though it seems like, at least for now, FIFA 2K18 or what, 2K FIFA 18 or whatever it's going to be is the perhaps only one, at least currently. It's good to get their support back. Then they, you know, that was like their last major thing. Then they did a couple of like really quick presentations. They did like a firestorm of just, here's all these games coming. So I was only able to, it was going so fast. This is all I could note down. There was a Lego game, which I believe a lot of people are saying is Lego City Undercover, the Wii U game, probably all HDified. It's already in HD, so you can't make it more HD. And that's another thing that made me, I thought about this when I was watching it. During the Joy-Con part where he was talking about how it has vibration in it, they called it like HD motion control. I'm like, there's no pixels in vibration. You can't call it HD motion control. That doesn't make any sense. The reason they're calling it that is because it's a good marketing term. Nintendo is smart enough to recognize if they put like the word new, like new Super Mario Brothers, think people go, oh, it's the new one. I just buy it. That makes sense. I'm not confused. It's the new one. Or if they put HD, people are like HD. That's the good one. That's the new thing. I need that. So that's just a marketing term. That doesn't make any fucking sense at all. HD vibration. No, it makes no sense. But whatever. Fuck it. That's the thing. Yeah, anyway, so the point is, Lego City Undercover, I think, was that game. Probably with all sorts of bells and whistles. There was some sort of Dragon Ball Z game in there. I swear I saw characters from that. Minecraft is in there. I think I saw a farming simulator game. Some sort of Sonic game, which is either Sonic getting his own game, or it was just, hey, look, Sega Sonic, and he's probably in Smash Brothers. I think we saw a little bit of Smash Brothers in there as well. Mario Kart we definitely saw, and it looks like they're adding all sorts of stuff to that, which I think we knew about. Just Dance 2017, Steep, NBA 2K18, and then there was definitely more, but I didn't catch them all. So then they broke down what's going to be in the box when you buy this thing. First of all, there's two color variations. You have to understand that there's the all gray one that we sell a lot of promotional artwork for, and then there's the gray console, which comes with the two Joy-Cons, one's being like a really bright blue and the other's like a really bright red. That's the only two differences. I personally would go for the all gray one because I think those vibrant colors look terrible. That's just me. I'm sure the point of that is to be able to separate, easily, like which is player 1, player 2, all that kind of shit. But I'm an adult. I don't need that. Plus, I don't intend to play those type of games. Most likely, I will try them. Things like 1-2 Switch, but they don't mean much to me. So I'm probably not gonna care too much about needing to separate those two, but whatever. You get my point. But yeah, anyway, what comes in the box is obviously the console, two Joy-Cons, two straps. The straps is new information. They didn't mention that before. It's kind of like, you remember the Wii straps that you would put around there, which you'd attach to the Wii condom and all that shit. The straps come with the console now, which is cool. It comes with grips, some sort of grip thing, which again is part of why that controller, when you set it all up, kind of looks like a dog's face. Comes with a dock for the console, which obviously is how you connect to the television, which honestly I probably will only use it that way because I really don't care about portability. I don't give a shit. So I'd probably never bother with that, taking it out of the dock. An HDMI cable and USB-C cable, I believe it is, to charge it, which that's good. The Pro controller, which I probably will get, is separate. It doesn't come with the console directly. So then going all the way down to the end of the presentation, they showed they finished up their presentation in Japan, then they took it over to Nintendo of Europe, their representative there, who basically was greeting everyone in Europe for waking up and hoping they were there, etc. Hoping that they enjoyed it and to get out there. That presentation was a little weird. And then they got to Reggie. Fuck, that was awkward. I've seen Reggie do things. I've seen their little skits. Man, he's awkward to watch. That was just weird. I don't know. It's just to me, he can't act. And, I think the dude needs to go to acting school. It would really help him out because he tries to be an actor. He tries to give us a performance. That's fine if he's on a stage, he's giving a speech, he's a good public speaker, that's fine. But when he tries to do these little skits and stuff, it's cringeworthy. I wish that, whatever, I don't know. So yeah, that sketch, whatever, was really awkward. And the whole point of the sketch was they were talking about Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and how you're going to be able to play the Switch really soon. In Europe, it'll be available to play, I believe it was Frankfurt, Paris, and London. In the United States, I don't remember all the cities. I think it's New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, represent, and 3 other cities. I'm not sure about Canada, Toronto probably, but they said North America very loosely, so it's possible 5 American cities and then Toronto. I'm not sure, but I'm sure all that information is public out there now. So you can point of those presentations was that you can check out the console on little tours. Personally, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to buy the thing. I don't feel like waiting in line to try a thing that I'm going to buy anyway, which I'll likely have to wait in a line for later. But that's just me. So then they of course were saying, "Oh, okay. Let's talk about Breath of the Wild. You know, that game that everyone has been wondering about." So that was where the Reggie sketch got really weird. But then they took it back to Japan and they basically just showed us a lot more footage of Breath of the Wild, and that was awesome. That was very cool. And the best part about that is that they confirmed Breath of the Wild will definitely be available at launch on March 3rd, 2017. But now we know that it's like 1-2 Switch and like Just Dance 2017 are like the only other launch titles. What is that? That's kind of strange. But I don't. Whatever. They did not at all mention if Breath of the Wild is coming to the Wii U, though. They did not mention that at all. So yeah, that's kind of the end of my list of things. I'm gonna start looking at the comments. Maybe we'll do a little Q&A. I'm probably gonna go to I want to go to bed relatively soon, so I'll probably do this for like 10 minutes. Is that cool with you guys? We'll talk a little bit about it. I see a lot of people really unhappy with that presentation. A lot of other people are happy with it. So let's start talking about that. Like, who's buying the thing? Who intends to get this thing right away? You will likely have to pre-order it. It's already sounding like Nintendo is going to have a short supply at launch, either intentionally or unintentionally. That's highly debatable. Probably intentionally to create false demand. It's kind of what Nintendo does. But yeah. And a lot of you are pointing out that my buddy Shane is losing his shit right now, which is pretty funny. Yeah, he had, I know him very well. He's one of my best friends, and he definitely has, he definitely had some concerns going into that. All right, so yeah, did I notice F-Zero? I think I missed that. Am I gonna play it in Chicago? No, like I said, there's no point. Like, I'll get. Oh, that's right. They did mention an online service. Kuma Thora mentions that there's some sort of paid online service. Yeah, I guess that's. They said that their online service will be free until like the fall of 2017. And then they're gonna start charging for it. All right, so I'm gonna be in the minority here. I don't play online. I've never given a shit about it. And it's not surprising, is it? I mean, like, Xbox Live isn't free, PSN isn't free. It's kind of amazing Nintendo went this far without charging people. So it's just kind of inevitable. But, if they are charging for it, then you want a better network infrastructure. Nintendo's never been very good at that. So if they're going to charge people for it, it better not suck. Yeah, they didn't really talk too much about the specs. Here's a shocker, dude. They still haven't even really revealed what's in the Wii U. So the Switch, it's not surprising they wouldn't reveal all that information. People are calling it the Wii 2.0. There was one. It's called the Wii U, except it didn't suck. So a more accurate joke would be the Wii 3.0. With the exception of a brief acknowledgement of the Wii U at the beginning, they did not mention the Wii or Wiimotes or anything like that at all, which is good to get people away from that mindset. Oh yeah, people are asking like when pre-orders go up. They were kind of vague about that. They mentioned that a lot of people are saying that, oh, you're going to be able to start pre-ordering it as soon as January 13th, which would be very, very soon, or in most of the world by now is already effective. In Japan, it's definitely January 21st because that's what they said. But they didn't mention specifically where or when in North America. Like I said, some people were saying tomorrow basically, but I've seen no evidence that that's actually the case. Yeah, my Twitter's kind of blowing up. A lot of people are just sending me all sorts of stuff about the Switch right now. Yeah, people are sending me information about the screen, the battery life, the internal memory. Yeah, I just got this great tweet that contains all this information. It's got a 6.2-inch screen that's capable of 720p. I think we knew that one. 32 gigabytes of internal memory. It can use expanded storage through SD cards. And the battery life is between 3 to 6 hours depending on the game you're playing. I just got some sort of, oh, this isn't a tweet from Pat Contry. It's a tweet from a screenshot of Pat Contry. It says, Nintendo must be taking a loss on the Switch console if the accessories are being gouged this badly. These are bad price points. I don't know where they're selling. So, all right. So he's pointing out that the Nintendo Switch Pro controller is $70 US and Joy-Con controllers are $80 US. I'm not sure if based on that tweet that's resale or if that's actually retail. But yeah, if you guys don't know, I guess you can follow me on Twitter. It's just my name, Adam Koralik. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, all that shit, or just stay here or whatever you want to do. But yeah, so all right, let's get back to it. What other like questions and stuff do you guys want to talk about with the Switch? Are you guys so all right? It seems pretty overwhelmingly negative in the comments. You guys saying the presentation was atrocious. People hated it. What did you want to see? I mean, yes, the Nintendo Switch is region free. Yes, that part they made very clear. I remind you of Louis C.K. That is not the first time I've been told that, which is a complimentary because I like Louis C.K. He's pretty badass, man. Yes, it's region free. Why does that question keep getting asked? Okay, so those prices that we were just mentioning are retail prices. Okay, that's unfortunate. Maybe that's why the console itself is only $300. I don't know, because I mean, it's not a bad price point for the console itself. I wonder how much games are gonna be. They didn't mention that at all. Is it $60 price point, 50, 70? Interesting. You guys, first of all, there's almost 800 of you watching. I just want to say thank you. I don't think I've ever had that singular high attendance during a live stream before. If you guys wouldn't mind, can you hit the like button? I hate asking you, but that's what YouTube wants me to have you do. So if you wouldn't mind, I would appreciate it. Or not, it's totally your choice. People are, yeah, dude, it just seems like this is feeling like an intervention or something. It just feels like people are so unhappy. I don't know, man. What else did you want though? I'm curious. Like, I'm not trying to be like condescending or anything. I'm serious. Like, what did you guys want? Australians, welcome. I know there's a lot of you in here right now, given the time of day. You guys are saying it's $400 to $450 in Australia, given the price point or, the adjusted for, currency exchanges. There is, as far as I know, there's no special bundles with this thing. They only mentioned the 2 bundles that we saw during the show, which the only difference is, again, that the Joy-Cons are different colors, which I told you, like I said earlier, I'm going to go with the all gray ones. I don't really care. So wait, Amazon, people are now claiming, excuse me, you're going to hear some typing, claiming that Amazon is taking pre-orders. If that's true, I'm going to get the fuck over there right now. No, they're not. They're not taking pre-orders. If they are, they're hiding them. They are taking pre-orders on games. You can now pre-order Skyrim Switch. It's $60 USD. There we go. We've confirmed price points. FIFA Switch is also $60. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, also $60. ARMS, Splatoon 2. Yeah, there's a bunch of Switch games. Most are 60. Some, this game called Redout by Sega, is 40. You can't pre-order the console yet, but you can pre-order the games. So there you go. I'm not as worried about that. I'd rather make sure I have a pre-order on the console. Let's check out Best Buy, shall we? Because I would rather get it at Best Buy anyway. I have a badass, like, old PS2 keyboard. You hear that shit? That's like the one they use for, like, sound effects and shit. Holy shit. You can pre-order the console on Best Buy. I'm going to fucking do that. I'm going to, pre-order it right now and make sure that shit is safe. All right, you're watching me pre-order this shit live right now. We're doing it together. Best Buy. Yeah, I'm not fucking around. I think I actually have a fucking gift card here. Maybe I could use that. I'm going to redeem this shit live right now, and I'm gonna pre-order the fucking Switch. Is this an odd stream? I think this is kind of an odd stream. Let's see here. Dun 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 dun. It's kind of weird. I have to like put in my credit card information, but hide it from you. No offense. I have a bunch of reward zone points. Maybe I can use those. Dun dun dun. Is this weird watching me purchase this thing right here and now? There's a lot of people who don't want me to do this. That's kind of funny. Okie dokie. All right. I'm sorry. I know this is kind of unprofessional, but I really want to make sure I have a safe pre-order for this thing. So you guys, tell me, is anybody else doing this? Am I the only one ordering this thing right now? Oh, yeah. Come on. Apparently, it doesn't like this. That's no good. Oh, I see. I mistyped it. All right. I swear I'm going to get this working. We're going to pre-order this thing. It's going to happen. All right. We have that in there. And let's see if I can get this to work. Why did it do that? All right. I'm trying to see if okay, that's going to work. I can do that. And apply that one. I have no additional promotional codes. Okay. All right, everybody. I just oh wait, hang on. Gotta put that number back in. And all right, I successfully pre-ordered it. And I had a $5. This is just a $5 Best Buy gift card, but I was also sitting on like $45 worth of reward zone points. So I just got $50 off the console. Woohoo! And over at Best Buy, that's awesome because I'll get a bunch of reward zone credit through them and blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, sweet. Obviously that won't help me with the games right now, but I'm much more interested in getting the console. So yeah, hopefully I don't regret the hell out of that, but you guys can of course make fun of me later if it does in fact suck and it's like the Wii again. Because if that's the Wii, fuck. So all right, now back to you guys. I'm sorry, I know that wasn't professional. How are you? What are you doing? What's going on? No, I'm not gonna take off my shirt. I'm sorry. You wouldn't enjoy that, trust me. Yeah, the Switch is $300, but I just took $50 off it, so nice. And yeah, as people are pointing out, I just saved myself from resellers, so I'm all set. But yeah, man, you can pre-order the Switch right now, which is awesome. Especially because, like I said, I had all these gift cards and stuff I could use, so I just got a nice big discount on that thing. Yeah, I got it for. I would have liked retail $250 as well, but since I had all those gift cards, that's essentially what I got it for. I see a lot of you are not happy with me for doing that. You don't have to buy it, man. But cool. So is it all right? Who else is jumping on this? Who else has actually went ahead and picked up Sonic Mania on Switch? Is Sonic Mania physical? Because the fucking PS4 and Xbox One editions are not. So let's take a look. I want to see if Best Buy is actually doing anything with the games right now. Lex Luger, you can currently pre-order the Switch on bestbuy.com if you're in the United States. I don't know about Canada. I don't know. I know Best Buy doesn't even exist in other countries other than the US and Canada. But yeah, Amazon is currently pre-ordering the games, but they're not pre-ordering the console, at least at the moment I say this. I highly recommend, if you have any passing interest in it, you pre-order it now, because this is going to be NES Classic and the original Wii all over again as far as how hard it's going to be to find. At least that would be my guess. So I went to Best Buy's website looking for Sonic Mania, And all I see is the PC, PS4, and Xbox One editions. I don't see anything regarding the Switch. It would appear that Best Buy is only currently selling the console, while ironically Amazon is the one selling all of the games. Wait, I take that back. There is a Nintendo Switch games section. The first thing on it for some reason is the NES Classic, which is sold out. Then they have all the games, which because of Gamers Club Unlocked are actually $48, not $60 US. So you immediately get discounts on that, which is great. Here's the game. I'll list off the games they have available for pre-order: Project Octopath Traveler, Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2, Fire Emblem Warriors, Splatoon 2, Just Dance 2017, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, FIFA, Skyrim, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey 1-2 Switch, and they have a listing for ARMS, but it says it's coming soon. You can't actually pre-order it like the others. Now, some of these are probably totally pointless to pre-order. I would think the only one you might want to get your hands on is Legend of Zelda, just because 1-2 Switch, Legend of Zelda, and I think Just Dance, and plus there was another one, are the only launch titles, and I just can't see Just Dance selling out at launch. You know what I'm saying? But then again, Legend of Zelda is probably going to have so many copies that I don't think that'll be a problem. I think it's just going to be the console that's hard to find. Lodmot says I helped him get his pre-order. You're welcome. I don't know what I did, but there you go. You can thank this is why these group chats are amazing, because like I didn't know that Best Buy was selling them. People in the comments said it, so thank you guys for telling me about that. That was fantastic. And then when I sober up, I'm not drunk, but when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh fuck, what did I do? Did I really just order a Switch last night? But yeah, no, Jaffet, sorry, thank you. Yes, I did. I've already successfully pre-ordered the Switch. You guys saw me do it on the live stream. As odd as that is. And I hear that, so I'm getting, dude, my Twitter is blowing up with people just being like, the Switch. Yeah, people are talking about some new game. There was a new Sega proposal, Operation Razor. Yeah, I think Amazon's pre-ordering that currently. People are talking about how they wish Pokemon, Metroid, and Smash had been shown. Was Metroid even discussed as a possibility? People are thanking me for letting them know about Best Buy. You're welcome. I didn't. Again, it wasn't me. It was you guys. You guys let me know. Yeah. You guys want to do some Q&A? Like, I don't know what else to do. This has been kind of a bizarre stream, so thank you for sticking around for it. Nearly 900 of you, which is surprisingly high. Usually my streams only get up to like the 200 range. I don't know what the hell's going on. I think it's just everybody's looking for Nintendo Switch stuff right now, which wasn't really my intention. But this video will be available later. You can watch it offline, and you can hear all the news stuff if you're just joining us. I broke down all the shit from the actual presentation already, and then I kind of transitioned into me actually just buying the console, just because it was actually available. Again, if you want to check it out, bestbuy.com in the United States, for Americans anyway, you can buy it. Let's check out Best Buy Canada. I know I got a lot of Canadian viewers. Who wants to find this out? Because Amazon is not currently selling it. What do I think it will have trophy support? I hope so, but I don't really care, honestly. I cared a lot about achievements with the 360. Trophies of the PS4 and 3, I never really gave a shit. So why do I care? I don't know. And honestly, I don't care that much about achievements anymore either. All right, so Best Buy Canada. Let's check this out. They just have a thing for it. It says pre-orders will be available at 9 a.m. Eastern on Friday. So if you're Canadian, that's when Best Buy Canada is going to be available. Sorry. Best Buy Canada is nowhere near as good as Best Buy United States. So because they don't have Gamers Club Unlocked, they don't have any of that shit. Yeah, sorry Canadians. But fellow Americans, Best Buy US is pre-ordering this shit right now. Amazon, let's see, refresh. No, they're not currently selling it. So yeah, I don't know about like Walmart and all the other ones. Who gives a shit, honestly. Really, like, pro tip, if you're in the US, the two places to buy video games is either Best Buy or Amazon. Those are the ways to go. Justin says no Best Buy. I assume you're not referring to Best Buy US unless they already sold out. That would be something. Let's see if that's the case. Because there was some story that came out that Best Buys were anticipating. Nope, Best Buy US is still saying that they have pre-order units available. So if you're in the US, you can still you can pre-order it right now at Best Buy. Some people are saying that Walmart is supposedly selling it right now. Does Best Buy charge you right away for pre-orders? I don't think so. I don't traditionally pre-order stuff until it's like pretty much ready to come out. I think it's very similar to Amazon in that they don't do anything until it actually ships. Now in my case, I put in a bunch of reward credits, so they better fucking honor it. Romeo Tech, thank you. I won't be the first to review it, but I will have it. That'll be nice. I don't like Angry Joe did a great video on this. He said that Amazon's pre-order system is kind of just puts you in a queue. It doesn't actually guarantee you anything, whereas Best Buy does. Best Buy doesn't put up pre-orders unless they can guarantee the unit, which is why Wii U games from them have been amazing, because you get discounts on them and they never even see the store because they sell all their inventory online. Like Shantae the Half Genie Hero, I pre-ordered that from them for the Wii U, and there were so few units. Like, I got one, but they never even bothered putting it in stores. Walmart. Some people are saying Walmart has already sold out. People are saying in Canada it's Amazon with Prime. You get 20% off a pre-order for the Switch. Well, Christian who says that. First of all, in the States you get 20% off pre-orders as well on games from Amazon. Best Buy does it better. Just because their tax system is lower for whatever reason. I don't know how that works. And you get the reward zone credit. But yeah. But that doesn't apply to consoles either way. I can't imagine Amazon Canada gives you 20% off the console. 20% off the game, I understand, but off the console, I don't think so. Kevin, I don't care about online gameplay, so I don't care if it costs money to play it online. I won't do that ever anyway. I don't play online with the Xbox One or the PS4 or anything, so it doesn't matter to me. To be honest, as I said before, I'm amazed that Nintendo waited this long to start charging people. Mega John. Yeah, to conclude that story about Angry Joe, he was basically just saying that their pre-order system kind of sucks because they just will infinitely take orders. There's no actual guarantee you get anything, which is why they charge you nothing. Best Buy, again, I don't think charges you until they ship, but they don't accept pre-orders unless they're sure they're going to have the unit. So Best Buy is much better at this for a multitude of reasons. Best Buy, again, as I'm sitting here, man, Best Buy still has the consoles in stock. So I don't know. I think if you're interested, that's the way to go. If nothing else, then to just put your order down. You can change your mind later. You can cancel it for whatever reason. You'll have like essentially 7 weeks to be sure, as long as you don't put anything else in the same order. The thing is, I definitely wanted to pre-order a Switch because it's going to be nearly impossible to get one, really very likely until the summer. And I want to have it. I want to have it right away. I love consoles. It could, other than the Scorpio, which is just a mutant version of the Xbox One, it could end up being the last real new console. That's entirely possible. So I don't want to miss out on for like no fucking reason. I want that experience. I want that story. Plus I want to be able to do the video and, be able to talk about it with you guys and have it just be a relevant thing that I can discuss with you, as opposed to like, I don't know, I'll get one eventually and we'll see. I don't want that. I want to have it right away. Plus, again, I was sitting on like $50 worth of Best Buy credits, so why not? Best Buy, all right, so I'm reading a comment here. Best Buy does not wait for it to ship. The 362 is already taken from my account. All right, so that dude has been charged for it. So that's probably why they always honor their pre-orders, because they actually charged you right away because they knew what they had. So I guess if that's true, then there you go. Don't pre-order it from Best Buy unless you have the money sitting there. You could cancel your pre-order. They will refund that money to you. But the difference, that's probably why Amazon, again, just puts you in a queue, because they don't charge you anything. So until they actually have it in stock and actually send it. So it doesn't really help you. Yeah, did it let me choose Oroku Saki? Nice reference. Asked if you get to choose your Joy-Cons. They have the two options on Best Buy. They have the regular one where it's just the gray version, and then they have the Neo Joy-Cons version. The Neo Joy-Cons version comes with one blue one and one red one. That's the only two bundles that currently exist. HME, what's with the foul language? Are you new here? I swear all the fucking time. Welcome. Or goodbye, I guess. Okay, so people are confirming there's more people saying you do get charged, and there's other people saying that they haven't been charged. I don't know what to tell you. I haven't obviously logged into my bank account and stuff yet, but I mean, I know that I redeemed my gift card successfully. A lot of people are saying they do in fact get charged. So if you are not comfortable with that, you don't want to do it, don't pre-order it. Again, I believe you can cancel the pre-order and have the money refunded to you, but you have to have at least that much money sitting there comfortably so you don't get fucked by your bank or whatever. You guys are blowing up my Twitter right now. I'm not used to this much attention on Twitter, at least. A lot of people are asking, is this going to be an 8th gen console? Is it 9th gen? Whatever. Well, I don't define those rules. I've been saying that it could be the only 9th gen console. That's what I said a few years ago. And I don't know, man. Given the hardware prowess in this thing, it's kind of hard to say it actually leaps into a full 9th gen. What would be weird is to classify this as a 9th generation console, but the Scorpio would somehow sit there in the 8th gen. I kind of think what Microsoft said last year is probably accurate. We're moving away from the concept of generations as a whole. Like, the industry's just changing. I don't know. Damien says he was definitely charged by Best Buy. The Dolinar says he was charged. So there you go. The Best Buy does a pre-authorization charge on pre-orders. So there you go. They are charging people for sure on pre-orders at Best Buy. Again, that guarantees you'll actually get one. That's why Amazon does it differently. They just kind of take your information, and then you're lucky if it actually gets there. So it's up to you. But, you guys do you. You do you. So how many of you have actually gone ahead and actually pre-ordered it? Let's see if they're sold out yet. I got charged $300 on my card. What the hell? Well, that's WRX6. Well, if you pre-ordered it, that would make sense. Use Best Buy store card is different than right now. So yeah, if you for some reason pre-ordered it not expecting to pay for it, you can cancel your pre-order, I'm sure, and then you'll be fine. The Retro CJ, no, they dropped the region locks on the Switch. A lot of people are saying they did pre-order it. Has anyone found? All right, so Pyro the Fox, you pre-ordered it on Walmart and Best Buy. Why would you do it on both? I'm just curious. Some people are waiting for GameStop, which is, why the fuck would you do that? That's like, hey, I want to go out of my way to buy it at the wrong place. Fuck GameStop. I've never gone in there and not had a bad experience. Hate that fucking place. Like, literally, the slogan for GameStop should be, where people who don't know anything about video games come to buy video games. The store's fucking awful. And I really hate that they're starting to get into their own independent publishing, because it means I have to actually go in there from time to time to buy shit, and I always come out being like, I want to fucking punch the employees in the face. Can we interest you in pre-ordering every single thing? No, I just want to fucking buy this thing and leave. Walmart charges for shipping, is some people are claiming. Best Buy doesn't, that much I know. Plus, Best Buy, you get the reward zone credit, all that shit, if that matters to you. Zach asks if it's going to use cartridges. We've known for a long time it's using like these little SD card type of things, but they did not talk about that at all in the presentation. People are asking if Resident Evil 7 will be on the Switch. I have no idea. I have the same information all of you do. Like I recapped it at the beginning of this, and then we've just kind of been chit-chatting about bullshit since then. But it's kind of an exciting night, guys. It's kind of exciting. How often we're not going to get to do this very often, where there's like a whole new console that comes out and we can all kind of like get excited about it together, and I guess in theory buy it right now. So a lot of people don't. There's a lot of people pre-ordering the console, a lot of people who are not pre-ordering the console. Again, if you're just joining us and you want to pre-order it, Best Buy in the United States is currently selling it. They seem to be, that and Walmart seems to be doing it. So if whatever your preferred retailer is, I would definitely tell you Best Buy, but you do you. Rubador says, can confirm Best Buy did not charge me. That's the opposite of what most people have been saying. LeChuck says, you mean you're not an insider? Well, fuck you then. I'm assuming that's sarcasm, even if it's not. I don't give a shit. A lot of people are talking about those Hori cases. Yeah, those things were pretty cool. Cool like extra console accessories. I don't think I'm gonna get any of them personally because a lot of them are to make it more convenient to like set the portable version of it up. I don't care about that. Although I probably will get some of those like screen protectors. We'll see. Maybe not actually, because I'll probably just leave it in the dock all the time. So I don't know if I really need that. Best Buy charges for tax, no shipping. Yes, that's normal. Depends on your state. Again, if you're in the U.S., I believe if you're in Oregon, Alaska, or Delaware, they won't charge you sales tax. Best Buy declined your card, so they do charge you immediately. Okay. Okay, so this is kind of weird because I assume we have a lot of Australians in here because I've got a lot of people from Australia commenting saying this. Can anyone confirm, because we got a question in there, did anybody order at Walmart and did it charge them right away? So here's what we know at this point if you're interested in getting a Switch. Best Buy is currently selling them. They still have them in stock. Walmart apparently is selling them, still has them in stock. Best Buy does charge you up front. You can cancel the pre-order and get the money back. I assume Walmart is the same deal. Amazon is not currently selling them. GameStop and other retailers are not, as far as I know. I don't know about like Target. Has anybody checked Target? The games are pre-orderable at both Best Buy and Amazon. In the UK, oh yeah, that's another thing about the European prices. They didn't during the presentation they didn't talk about that directly because I'm sure it's based on country to country. I don't know what the Euro release is. The UK release, some people are saying, is £279, which is a lot more than $300. That's like, what is that exactly? I think that's like closer to $400. The UK gets fucking screwed on shit like that. Currency calculator. So let's find out here. Currently, $1 US is 94 cents euro, so that doesn't really help us. But does anybody know the euro price? Did that get confirmed yet? While you guys wait for that, I'm gonna look up the British pound equivalent here, if I can find it. That would be, what do we say, 279. So yeah, that's about $340 US. It would have been more, but I'm guessing it's because of Brexit and all that really changed things. Yeah, so people are saying 340, the British equivalent. So obviously in the States much cheaper. I believe the Canadians you guys said was what, 350 or 400 Canadian. Australians were saying it was like 400, 450 Australian. People are saying you have to put a $50 deposit down at GameStop. I just paid in full on Best Buy, but I also had $50 worth of credit, so that was a good logical place to buy it for me. Yes, there was nothing about Pokemon in there. I'm yet to see anybody confirm the euro price. Has anybody found that yet? Some people are saying 300 euros. Let's see if okay, assuming that's true. I want to know what that is. 300 euros. Well, 300 euros isn't that far off. That's like $320, assuming that's true. People are saying 400 Canadian. Jeez, you guys get screwed. 400 Canadian is... actually, that's pretty much the same. Jeez, the Canadian dollar is tanked. 400 Canadian is $304 US. And, wow. Yeah, I remember just a couple of years ago, man, the Canadian dollar was worth more than the US dollar. Times have changed. if I checked the website, I assume you're talking about what Nintendo's information was. We've discussed some of it. Yes. People are asking if you can trade the Wii U towards Nintendo Switch credit. I assume places like GameStop will have some sort of promotion like that, although I don't personally know. Oh, Israel Taver makes a really good point. 300 euros includes the taxes. Yes, to our to my fellow Americans and Canadians, you probably don't know this. In Europe and in not only the Eurozone but also in the UK, they tend to include all the tax pre-built into the price point. So if it's £279, which we said was like $350, that's done. That's the full price right there. Same with the euros. So actually that is a huge change because their price, their taxes, their sales tax is much higher than we have in anywhere in North America. Best charged. More people saying they were charged by Best Buy to confirm. That's all right. Yeah, perplexed cyborg. That's a really good point. He's surprised they didn't show off the Switch's UI very much. Dude, they didn't show it off at all. So that's interesting. Yes, my webcam does suck. I'm quite aware of that. It's an old 720p webcam from like the Bush era. You know, what do you want? You feel free to give me a new one. I'm just kidding. No, what the fuck do you want to see? It's just a guy with a microphone just reading comments, man. There's nothing to see. Yeah, people are saying sales tax in the UK, 20%. In the United States, there's some states that have 0%. I live actually in the highest area, Chicago, which is a city in Illinois in the United States, has the highest sales tax in the United States, which is a pathetically small amount compared to most of the world. It's like 9.25%. And I know like Ontario, Canada, it's 13%. And then of course in parts of Europe, it's like 25%, whatever. And then here we're like 9.25. That's way too much. And then most of the US is like 6%. Did we get a sneak peek at the UI? I don't even remember that. Yeah, Jorge. Do you prefer Jorge or George? Yes, Delaware is 0%, Alaska is 0%, and Oregon is 0% sales tax. Kevin, yes, Mario Kart will be on there. There's a New York City event tomorrow, and then there's more events in the United States later. I know Chicago will have it. I think it's Los Angeles, and then there's 3 other cities I don't remember. In Europe, I believe they said Frankfurt, Paris, and London. I think they mentioned another one, but I don't remember offhand. Jacob Hammond, what state are you living in that you can still order off of Amazon and avoid sales tax? Because Illinois used to have that, but they no longer do. Unless you're living in one of those 3 states. But if that's the case, then I would assume Best Buy wouldn't have a problem with that either. Let's confirm, see if see if the Switch is still available. Yeah, the Switch is still available at Best Buy, guys. Apparently, if you really want to, you can set it to pick up. You can pick up your Switch like the night of launch. I don't need it that bad. I'll wait till the mail shows up. You know. Jay Smat says we got 11.5 sales tax and PR. I assume you mean Puerto Rico, which is still technically the United States, but it's not a state. But so I guess you could argue that that's higher. We have no release date for Mario Kart Switch. The only release date we have is March 3rd for the console, which is also Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is the big one. 1-2 Punch, and I believe Just Dance 2017. And then I think there was one other that will be out on launch day. It's going to be kind of a lackluster launch. I think the hard part will be finding the console, not the games, but we'll see. All right, so I think I'm going to go here just for a few more minutes, and then I think I'll bail, just because we've been going for an hour now. I wasn't expecting that, and I had planned to go to bed after the announcement anyway. So why don't we go out with we'll just find a good question, and then I'll head out here. What do you think? Though I hate to disappoint you, there's almost 900 of you watching. I don't get it. Where are you guys during the other streams? A lot of people up tonight. Is it me? I mean, what is it? Like, why are there so many people up tonight? Still. Oh, it's because it's Friday night, right? Duh. Well, no, it's Friday morning, technically, in the U.S. So don't a lot of you guys have work? What are you doing? I'm confusing 1-2 Switch with ARMS. All right, well, then 1-2 Switch was the game with no TV. Oh, you're right. I did fuck that up. Yeah, 1-2 Switch was the game where you don't necessarily need a monitor. You can just kind of interact directly with each other. And then ARMS was the boxing game. You're absolutely right. I did screw that up. You're absolutely right. I'm featured on the recommended. How could that be true? YouTube fucks me over constantly. Australia's awake. That's a very good point. Yeah, it's cool to do a stream for the Australians. I never get to talk to you guys directly. You guys are always asleep when I do this shit. My beard is mannish. Thank you. Although I do need to trim it again. You guys want to just turn this into a brief Q&A for like 15 minutes? Would that be acceptable to you? How's that sound? As opposed to really talking much about... Mr. Macross says the Chicago sales tax is 10.25. That might be possible. It might have raised. I could be going off old information. Pacific time, 10:30 p.m. out in California and Washington, Oregon. Life of Louis vlogs. You just subbed. Welcome. Yeah, you know what sucks? So you guys might have noticed, I haven't made a video since December. This is the first one. We're like halfway through the month. And because of YouTube's like stupid glitch bullshit, every time I put out a video, including this one, I'm sure, I lose subs. Not because like people are like, hey, fuck this guy, I don't want to see him anymore, which is fine. That I get. People lose interest. Okay. But because YouTube now does this thing where as soon as you put a video up, it automatically unsubscribes like a certain percentage of your subscribers due to some fucking glitch. I mean, even PewDiePie was complaining about it, if you guys remember. So my sub growth was really hurting, like really bad. And I noticed since I didn't put any videos up that it's kind of gone back to normal, which is like, what the fuck, YouTube? So if you guys ever wonder like, hey, where'd he go? Check and see if you're still subscribed to me, because you might not be. Or, check on other YouTubers you like. Go check. And if you're like, I haven't seen that person in a long time, it's probably because you got unsubbed to him due to a fucking bullshit glitch. Nicholas Wilk. Yes, I pre-ordered it during the stream. People saw me pre-order it live. And I got it over at Best Buy, which I'm going to just check, see if they still have them. They still have them, guys. If you're interested, you can go to Best Buy and check it out. Man, my Twitter is seriously hitting it up tonight. I'm getting tweets from Indonesia. I didn't even know I had fans in Indonesia. We got a lot of Australians on Twitter. This is like the all Australian show here, seriously. Yes, Best Buy charged your account. Speaking of which, I didn't even look for my confirmation email. Let's do that, shall we? There we go. There's my confirmation email. My Nintendo Switch, which was $300. No shipping costs. Did have tax, but I had $50 worth of gift card shit, so that was nice. Perfect. Great. We got people in Hong Kong are here. Yeah, we got like the other half of the world, man. I never get to talk to you guys because that never really happens. Because I'm always doing these things in like what is the normal hours of the day for me. I'm not used to being up at it's 12:30 in the morning for me right now. How big is my dick? That's a very classy question. The answer is you couldn't handle it, sir. How long have I been on YouTube? I started in 2009. So by YouTube standards, I'm like OG as fuck. I'm old as shit. In YouTube years, I'm like 112. I have fans in Saudi Arabia. I had no idea. My analytics, like when I look at like which countries watch me the most, it's the United States far and away. It's like 60%. And then it's the UK, which is like 15% or something like that. And then it's Canada, and then Australia and Germany. And Germany and Australia like switch sometimes, but that's it's always those fucking guys. Those 5 fucking countries. That's not negative. I live in one of them. You know, I like all those countries. I've been to all of them. Yeah, no, I've been to all of them. But you know, like I don't usually get too many fans from non-English speaking countries for obvious reasons. But thank you to Saudi Arabian fans for joining us. Okay, so Zelda Breath of the Wild Wii U information. We got nothing. There was no information out of that, so I have no idea. Hey, Crusher Bad 64, what's up, man? Yeah, he lives down in Atlanta, and I was just down there. Unfortunately, we couldn't make that work out because the day I had some time to see him is when Snowpocalypse happened. I'm sorry to everyone in Atlanta who I'm about to offend, but what the fuck? So I was down in Atlanta for the Hi-Rez Expo, which is the guys who make Smite and Paladins and stuff. And while we were there, they had Snowpocalypse, which you have to understand, they don't get snow, like, ever. So they had, like, little flakes of snow. And over this, their governor declared a state of emergency. They shut down all the schools, all the grocery stores. People cleared them out, like as if mass hysteria, insanity. People wouldn't drive. The convention emailed us and was like, hey, we're shutting down the convention early tonight. Get into the hotels and bunker down. We don't know what to expect, blah, blah, blah. We may not even open again tomorrow, et cetera, et cetera. Meanwhile, I'm from Chicago, where it's like, if it's, you know, you have to have at least 16 inches of snow for school to be closed, and you just go, fuck off. Like, you're... To us, it was hilarious what was going on, but it did kind of suck because, like, legit, you couldn't do anything. Like, we were like, yeah, we'll just get an Uber and we'll go into town and do something, and all the Ubers like, no, we ain't working today. And even if you could find one, which incidentally we did, all the Uber drivers those days were either, I'm not even kidding about this, were either all from New York City or Chicago, because every time we got in a car, I was like, oh yeah, I'm from Chicago, oh, I'm from New York, so I'm not afraid to drive in this shit, because there's nothing even happening. There's nothing on the roads. It's just they're so panicked about the possibility. So we would get into town and we walked around. It was a fucking ghost town. There was nothing. Every place we went completely closed because everyone was terrified of the possibility of snow. And I was suddenly thinking, this is why they filmed The Walking Dead in Atlanta, because all they have to do is say, hey, it might snow tomorrow, and the whole city clears out and they can film whatever they want. So I think that's how that goes. That aside, Atlanta was a lot of fun. I had a great time. That's a great city. Yeah, people are all agreeing. People from Atlanta are agreeing with what I'm saying, so you know I'm not wrong in this case. They agree, they're from there. Although I will admit, Crusher Bad, when you post, I saw you posted a picture on Facebook. You're like, oh, I'm not going to work tomorrow. Fuck this. And he showed a picture of Snowpocalypse, which was just trees. I swear to God, I couldn't find a single piece of evidence there was even snow in that picture, dude. And you were like, fuck that. I'm not going on that. And I don't think you were being sarcastic. That's the sad part. You must have seen some little flake somewhere that you're like freaking you out. I know you guys aren't used to it down there, but fuck, man, you guys need to just like learn how to deal with snow. Even like the amount of snow you guys canceled school over was like hilariously pathetic. I'm sorry, but it was. Anyone in the US getting charged for Switch pre-orders? Yes, if you order it from Best Buy, you are getting charged for it, which is, I mean, hopefully you have the money sitting there. Otherwise, that wasn't a good move on your part. But it's good because it confirms you'll actually get one. As we talked about earlier in the stream, I don't think Amazon's taking pre-orders yet, but with Amazon, it's more like you're just on a nice list of people that could get one. Whereas with Best Buy, you're locked in. You're going to get it unless you cancel the pre-order. And if you do, then you would get your money back. But why did you pre-order it if you didn't have the money? Yes, I do have another channel. It's called Game Society Pimps. Oh, Chaos Rabbit. You know it very well. Did I see the Zelda Master Edition yet? No, I have not. People are also saying they're getting charged by Walmart. That makes sense. People are complaining about the internal storage of 32 gigabytes, which I could see, but you also have to factor in that since it's going to be using these SD card type of things, it probably doesn't need to install anything, and we don't know what the SD card media is capable of like hosting additionally, meaning it might download updates directly to the card, and the internal storage may not fucking even matter. Greetings from Mexico. Greetings from the U.S. Did I get the neon or standard joystick things? I got the standard ones. I don't care about the neon things. They look hideous to me. Yeah, a lot of the people are pointing out the peripherals for this thing are really expensive. Well, fortunately, the console comes with most of them. I do want that Pro controller, though. I haven't seen that available for pre-order yet, although I haven't really looked. But I think that's something I could probably just walk in and buy. I don't really want to do that right now. Why do I always wear two shirts? I always have a regular shirt and I have a nice undershirt. You know why you wear the undershirt? Because when you sweat, the sweat gets absorbed by the undershirt and you don't ruin your regular shirts. Caitlin just got here. She says, what the fuck did I miss? A lot. It's a nerd talking about what happened with the Switch, the whole presentation. I broke it down, my opinions, all that fun stuff. Then we all discovered together that pre-orders were up on Best Buy, and you guys saw me pre-order it live. Then it's just been mostly us fucking around and talking. What would make you reconsider your Switch purchase? If it's the Wii again. If I get it and I'm like, oh, this really sucks. But I don't expect that to be it. I will admit this up front. I don't know if I'm going to have a whole lot of fun with that console right away. It's more because, I mean, other than Zelda, you know, like there's not going to be much to that machine for a while. And like the game, honestly, that I was most excited about wasn't Zelda. It was, you know, Super Mario Odyssey, which doesn't, we think based on that presentation, doesn't come out until like November of 2017. So it might be a while before I get to play it, but at least, you know, to the fullest. But regardless, you know, I don't think anything's gonna make me like really hate my purchase unless it's all motion control bullshit. But I don't think they're stupid enough to do that again. People are asking if Shane is still blowing up. I don't know, man. I obviously haven't been watching him because I've been doing this. People looking at weird fan art of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on Twitter. You know, whatever. You can follow me on Twitter. Apparently tonight I'm popular on there for some reason. I don't know why. Am I watching the Treehouse tomorrow? I didn't even know Nintendo was having one tomorrow. I had no plans on it. Maybe I'll watch it. Do we know the graphical capabilities? No, we don't. Like I said, they mostly just talked about... Let me pull up my little list I made here. They mostly just talked about the release date, which is March 3rd. The price, $300 US, obviously changes from country to country. The fact that the console is region-free. They went on in great detail about the Joy-Con controllers being motion controllers and all that stuff. Then they showed a bunch of the games and showed a bunch of details about it and stuff like that. Then they went over just some details about like what comes in the box and stuff like that. Again, I talked about all this earlier. You can check that out if you like. Yeah, people are saying that the Treehouse is at 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, so that'd be 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Dude, it's almost 1 a.m. Eastern time. Or no, sorry. That'd be 8:30 Central time, and it's almost 1 a.m. Central time right now for me. So I don't intend to stay up for that now or wake up early. I'm good. The Centric Stripper 362 question mark. Did he use reward points? Because mine was 377. Mine wasn't anywhere near that. Mine, let me pull up my order here. I had like $50 in reward zone crap. So let me pull up my order here real quick so I can see what my grand total was. Not that I guess we really need this information, but why not? You guys all saw me order it, so you know I did. While we wait for this crap to load. Do I plan on getting the remaining Japanese Wii U exclusives? Yes, I do. At some point. Fortunately, there's not many of them. They actually haven't put one out in a long time. Purchase history is not available right now. Oh, wait. Now it's back. My grand total was $270.93. But again, I had $50 in credit there. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Because of the $5 credit, it was only $265.93. because it's including the gift card as if I paid for it, but I didn't. So yeah, my grand total was $265.93 to get the Switch. No virtual console games you got to rebuy. They didn't bring that up at all, though I'm sure that they aren't transferring over that type of digital infrastructure. I can't imagine that they would. They did show what I think was Super Fast Neo, the Wii U game that got a physical release in Europe. I have it. I can't play it because it's region locked. I really wish they would undo the region locks on that, because they did undo them for the Switch. So I hope it goes out, like with a bang. Like the last Wii U update, they removed the region locks. That'd be great. But I could swear I saw a clip of that coming to the Switch, which would make sense since it's, according to a lot of Europeans, is a really good game. Very similar to Wipeout HD, all those games. Jay Christie, thank you. I'm glad you agree with me. I said that earlier. He says the new Mario game totally felt like Sonic Adventure. Fuck yeah, it did. The intro of that was just like, wait a minute, this is the way Sonic Adventure starts. I remember this. So I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that. They said the Switch digital purchases are account based. Yes, but that doesn't mean that your Wii U purchases transfer over. Now, I don't really care because I don't have any because I don't do digital, but, I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo didn't really do that the way people want them to. Seriously, should I buy a Wii U? Eventually. Now is not the time to buy a Wii U. Now is the time to buy Wii U games, but not the console itself. Though you'll have to get it used at this point. I don't think you'll be able to find a new one unless you go straight to eBay for somebody who just never opened theirs. Jordan Wilkinson just pre-ordered his through Walmart. Good job. Yeah, it's cool that at least we're not, for the time being anyway, we're not having a hard time being able to pre-order them, at least in the U.S. with Best Buy and Walmart. Obviously, I can't speak for everyone else in other countries, but I'm kind of shocked, actually, that Amazon is not selling them yet. That's really strange to me. People are saying $300 is too much. Dude, it's really not. Like, for that kind of console, think about its competition. That's, first of all, the Wii U, after 4 years, was $300. For the Switch to jump out at that price is not bad. PS4 Slim is $300. Xbox One S is around there, but those are multiple years old. For this thing to only launch at $300 is pretty reasonable. Unless we get it and it sucks, then I'll agree with you. How many Wii U games have been released so far? I don't remember the number off the top of my head. It's somewhere around 200 physical worldwide. I don't think it's quite up there. Is it worth selling my Wii U? That depends. All right, I would tell you no, but I don't know your situation. I don't know if you need that money to get the next thing, if it's that important to you. It's honestly the worst thing people can do if they want to amass collections is everyone tries to sell their previous gen tech at the worst possible time. They sell it when the demand is at its lowest in exchange for something that is vastly more expensive. So people get rid of all their Xbox 360 stuff when the Xbox One came out, because they sell it when no one wants it. And then they get the least amount of credit for it towards something that is only going to depreciate. That's just not good business sense. Whereas I'm telling you right now, Wii U stuff, while currently worthless, is going to be expensive later. But that's up to you, man. If you're willing to sit down and go for the long-term investment, hold on to it. But if you need the money quickly, then obviously sell it. That's all you to decide. We've talked more about all right, so New Zealand, am I reading this correctly? New Zealand is selling it for $1,000 in whatever their currency is. Now that may not mean much. I don't know what your current, I'm going to look that up out of just morbid curiosity. Whatever the New Zealand currency is. I'm sorry, I've never been to New Zealand. I have been to Australia though, but that's kind of like a European saying, no, I've never been to the States, but I've been to Canada. It's like, okay, that's still not the same place. New Zealand dollar. Okay. That can't be right. If it's literally $1,000 New Zealand dollars, that's $712 US. Hope that's not true. Though I imagine Brazil has it the worst. Does anybody know what that thing's going to cost in Brazil? Did they even announce a release in Brazil? I don't remember them mentioning that. I remember them mentioning the United States, Canada, Japan, and European countries. I don't remember them actually mentioning anywhere other than that. Yeah, can somebody else confirm the New Zealand price? Because that's fascinating to me. Obviously, it's coming to Australia. We know that. Dude, if you live in New Zealand, import it from Australia. Unless you guys have some sort of weird tax reason you can't do that. Carl says he's from New Zealand. It's not 1,000. Okay, well, do you know what it is? Like now, I mean, we're in a weird time zone situation where I can actually directly interact with people on the other side of the world. I don't usually get to do that. So I'm curious, like, what is it costing down there? And I know Brazil's in our time zone or even a couple hours ahead, but does anybody know what the Brazilian price is? Because Brazil usually gets fucking destroyed on stuff like this. Julian says that Brazil has not been announced for the Switch yet. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Like, as an example, when the PS4 came out in the US, it was $400 US. It was like the equivalent of like $1,500 US to get one in Brazil because of like insane inflation. So I wouldn't be surprised if it costs like $1,200 US to get a Switch in Brazil. We got more people saying they're trying to. We have what Steeler81 says he's trying to get one on Best Buy, and it just keeps loading. It was working. I'm refreshing it myself, and now it's nope. I got it to work again. Pre-order is totally available. A lot of people are still saying it will drop from 1,000. Brazil PS4 was 1,200 or 1,800. William says it's $956 if released in Brazil. 900. Where do you get that information? Now, Wii U cost $1,800 in Brazil, so Switch could be the same. Could be more because the Wii U launched more expensive, didn't it? It wasn't the Wii U like $400 at launch. Yeah, I don't know how the console's not region locked, but I don't know what you have to do with like the power supply issue. But you know what, you guys in other countries, man, you need to find friends in the States. Seriously. And yeah, the shipping would suck, but you got to find a way to get that shit there. One tactic I've found, because I got friends in other countries, and my fellow Americans, if there's any of you still watching, because it's 1 a.m. in my time zone, one thing I've learned about the rest of the world that's different than us is that we don't pay for our mail the way the rest of you guys do. When I ship stuff to other countries, I learned that other countries have import fees. Now, to anybody in other countries, you're probably like, yeah. Okay, to Americans, that's not a thing. We don't have that. Like I didn't know that until I was like 25 years old because I thought people were punking me. I'm like, you pay for your mail? That's fucking insane. That doesn't happen with us. Like even the Canadians, you have to pay import fees on stuff from the States, but Americans don't. We don't have to pay import fees from any country. So as a result, I think what the reason for that is that a lot of countries would do exactly what I'm telling you to do, which is to try and get stuff from the States because it's so much cheaper than the rest of the world. So the punishment for that is they charge you import fees. But there is a little bit of a loophole in that, which is if you mark the item as uninsured and you mark it as a gift and all that stuff, then they can't actually charge you an import fee on it because they don't know what to charge you. So at least with the UK and Canada that works, but you do run the risk that your package won't be insured. which is up to you. But that's what I might suggest to you. Hey, Shane is here. What up? Dude, I heard you went fucking bananas on your stream. That's what people in here were talking like, Shane's losing his shit. Everybody say hi to Shane. He's a very scary Canadian. Apparently he was going insane in his stream. While we wait. Yeah, see, people are saying like Amazon will ship to Singapore, but with all the fees, we end up paying like massive import fees, etc. Yeah, again, fellow Americans, woo, USA, take that, enjoy that one. We don't pay for import fees on stuff. That's like literally not a thing. Yeah, all right, Shane. Obviously, you're not in here at the moment. So you got drunk, you got a little tipsy, as you say, and you lost your shit. That's impressive. But everybody welcome him, because he's here, and yeah, you see, people love you, Shane. They know you. Shane's OG, man. Thomas says they charge you even if it's a gift. I mean, like, maybe that's country to country thing, man. Because the countries I've shipped stuff to where I know they do that. If you mark it as a gift and uninsured, they end up not charging you anything. But I don't know. Again, I think you said you were from Argentina. I'm sorry, and meaning I'm sorry. I don't remember for 100% sure. So I can't say for sure because I've never shipped anything to Argentina. Yeah, Shane, obviously, Rerez, I'm sure you guys know him well. He and I do, streams every time I go up there. We hang out, and he's cool. Shane's my boy. What's up? God, am I still doing this? I intended to be on here for like 20 minutes to talk about the Switch. I've been on here for like an hour and a half. Shane, you missed it, man. I mean, obviously, I've heard that you lost your shit on your stream. I did not. I was more calm. I went ahead and I pre-ordered it on Best Buy, which I'm sure is probably not what you would have wanted. But Best Buy US does have it for pre-orders. I had to pull the trigger, man. I had to pull the trigger. Whereas I checked Best Buy Canada, they were not selling it yet. What do I think about WWE 2K18 coming to the Switch? Was that confirmed? I only saw reference to NBA 2K18. An hour in and not showing signs of slowing down, Adam? No, I'm getting there, man. I was gonna go to bed like right after that stream ended. I was getting tired during it, and I am now. I had to chug a whole thing of coffee before this stream started, and I'm starting to feel the collapse here. So it's also why I'm not on my A game exactly. Oh, Shane, you're going to go pre-order it. I didn't watch your stream, obviously, yet, but doesn't that seem a little hypocritical? But it's not available to pre-order on Amazon Canada, at least not currently. It is available on Amazon US. According to BestBuy.ca, it's not going to be available till tomorrow at like 5 a.m. or some weird-ass time, whereas Best Buy US is selling it currently. I guess you could send it to an American. Do you know anybody near you, like Buffalo? I mean, or whatever. You do you. Okay, people are saying Best Buy Canada pre-orders at 9 a.m. tomorrow. There you go. I don't know who Etika is. You guys keep bringing that up. I'm sorry, but Shane knows, so you can ask Shane. Let's see. Anybody else found any other retailers that are selling it? Amazon has games up. So does Best Buy. Walmart is selling the console. Best Buy is selling the console. I am still stunned that Amazon is not currently selling the console. That just seems amazing. And somebody asked which version I got. I got the gray one. I don't care about the multicolored Joy-Con things. Shane brings up a good point. He has the Virtual Boy. Why wouldn't he get a Switch? I don't know. I'm just, from what I got in the feedback and the comments here, you were losing your shit on the stream. It just seems like, fuck, I don't want to. Okay, I'm going to buy it. It's just a little strange. I don't know. Oh, Daniel, he's not going to go get Tim Hortons. Shane is not pro Tim Hortons. It's probably the reason that we're friends, because Tim Hortons is fucking gross. Oh, Etika's the guy who had the fake Switch replica. Oh, I do remember that. Okay. Yeah, it's classy. How much does online cost? I assume you're talking about like the gameplay online. We don't know. They made it sound like gameplay online will be free until later this year. So from like March until, I don't know, September, something like that, it'll be free. And then after that, it's not. I don't play online, so I honestly don't give a shit. I'm amazed it took them this long to start charging for online activities. I mean, granted, they've never had that. Nintendo's never really had a great online infrastructure, but I would hope if they're going to start charging you for it, that it at least will be competent. But we'll see. Yeah, I asked the same question, Denzel. I don't know if Target's selling it or not. I mean, I guess I could look, but I kind of feel like an asshole just constantly looking away from you guys. Shane says he thinks there's a lot wrong with it, but he's going to get it regardless. I believe it won't do well, but I want it to do very, very well. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of right there with you. Yeah. I was just calmer about it. You're a very angry Canadian, man. Nintendo does not operate in Brazil anymore. The only way to buy their consoles and games is importing or buying them in import stores. That must be brutal considering your tax codes. I do not envy you on that one. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's a lot of countries where Nintendo simply doesn't operate, and it's always kind of weird. Like, I know they don't operate in Poland. I learned that when I was over there like a year or two ago. And yeah, there's a lot of countries where Nintendo just doesn't function. Maybe it's just because they're not a big technological conglomerate. And if they don't see an obvious return on investment, then they don't bother. Like, I was surprised they even mentioned multiple countries in this presentation. They mentioned specifically Japan, Hong Kong, which is not really a country, but they mentioned it. The United States, Canada specifically, they actually separated the two. And then they didn't go into separating all of Europe. They just mentioned Europe kind of generically. Julian says all Canadians are angry up there. Sorry. It's probably because you have such shitty coffee. Am I getting Breath of the Wild? Yes, I'm sure I will. The funny thing is I still have the Wii U version pre-ordered, but is that going to be a thing? I don't know. Yeah, people are saying you don't want to be Brazilian if you're going to be a gamer. Sorry. Target does not have pre-orders, says Entertainment Wizard. Thank you for checking. I look like a buffoon. Thank you, Jake. You look like an asshole. No, you don't look like anything. You look like the letter J. You think the battery needs to be better? AC Paul says. Yeah, you know what? Like the Wii U gamepad had a pretty weak sauce battery, but for whatever reason in Japan and Europe, they got this like badass battery that you could install into it. I ended up getting one in Europe because it was great. You know, rather than having just like a 3-hour lifespan, it went up to like 9. But they never really gave it a release in North America. So hopefully with the Switch, they do the same thing. But at the same time, I'm going to put it in the docking station and never take it out of there. So what the fuck do I care? Did I get the Switch in time? Dude, I pre-ordered it on the stream live. Shitty coffee. Yes, the Canadians have Tim Hortons. I'm sorry, Canadians. It's true. It's terrible. Okay, so McMaster just said that apparently the Wii U version is confirmed for the same day of release. Are you sure? Where did you get that information? Because even in their little press video there, it did not mention the Wii U version at all. Yeah, Spencer, like I said, you can upgrade your Wii U battery. Did I get the color version of the Joy-Con things? No, I got the regular one. Brammer Hammer 23 says he's surprised there's pre-orders are still available. I agree. I'm kind of surprised that Best Buy still has them up. I think it's because most people don't know yet. Because you wouldn't expect them to like launch the pre-orders at such an odd late time. But you know, hey, you're here, so go ahead and take a look. Get them while you can. Okay, I said I was going to go like a half hour ago, so I think I'm going to go here in a bit. I will go in 6 minutes come hell or high water. 6 minutes. Gonna go at 1:10 a.m. my time. I'm out of here. Because I can't believe I've been going for this long. If you guys could do me a solid and hit the like button, I would really appreciate that. Thank you for doing that, if you don't mind, just because, you know, YouTube. And I will have more video content for you guys later. I'm going through some transition things with my YouTube network. It's resulting in me having to do less videos. It's not worth explaining, but it's possible it's like this, and Playload might end up being the only videos you guys see this month, so enjoy. But, you know, it's a long video. But yeah, I'll be back as soon as I can. But in the meantime, Shane says, later, it'll catch me in the next one. Later, dude. I look forward to watching your stream when it's uploaded afterwards, which this one will be as well, and you guys can check out the whole thing later. Thank you for hitting the like button, guys. I appreciate it. It's nice seeing that just jump up. Also, the numbers on this have been insane. Like, they got up as high as like 900 people watching all at once, which is really cool. What does the Zelda Master Edition come with? I'm honestly not sure. Am I going for a complete collection of the Switch Lifer? It's a bit early to make that call. If it's kind of like the Wii U, where I get into it a lot and I think it's just really great, but it's underrated, etc., then yeah, I might consider it, you know, because if it has like, it's true physical media, right? You know, that could be really cool. But if it ends up being like the Wii, where people are just shoving shit out there, and I end up hating the console, like, fuck it, no, I don't care. So we'll see. It's way too early to make that call. Wow, I sat here for so long waiting for BestBuy.com to load, and now it tells me they're unavailable. That's infuriating. All right, I'm gonna refresh and see if that's true. No, dude, I just refreshed. They're still totally available to pre-order. Both versions, the Neo colored ones and the regular ones. So you're just having some bad luck, man. Shane says he didn't mean to upload it, so I unlisted it. What the fuck, dude? Why would you not want that to be public? If you want to send me a private message about that instead, go ahead, but I'm very curious. Will I answer questions that you couldn't answer on the stream? I don't know, I'll try. I have to admit, this comment thread is much faster than I'm used to. I'm only being able to see like 1 out of every 20 comments here. Where do you buy your Wii U games? I mean, there's not like a WiiUstore.com or anything. It's just kind of like Best Buy or Target, you know, wherever people have them where they're cheap. Please wish Mike a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Mike. I don't know who Mike is, but happy birthday. Best Buy availability depends on your area. No, you're getting it shipped, dude. Like, I'm not picking it up. You can, when you're shipping it, they'll just ship it to you from a warehouse. In the United States, as Arnie Pie points out, it's not available in Canada yet. Ben Rapson says that Amazon UK now has pre-orders up. Makes me wonder if Amazon US does. No, still nothing from Amazon US, but Best Buy US does have it. Okay, Entertainment Wizard brings up a very interesting point, wondering if Sonic Mania will be the only will be physical on the Switch, and if so, is that the only physical version? If it is, I'm sure as fuck buying it there. Yeah, no, I don't know, but I haven't actually seen any evidence that it is physical. There's no pre-orders available for it, which would imply maybe it's not. We'll see. Nintendo had a bunch of weird segues in their presentation. Fuck, I went off about how awkward it is to watch Reggie, but the other thing that really annoyed me about that presentation was that the persistence of the now we switch it to this guy fucking pun. God, that drove me nuts. So I was like, it wasn't funny the first time. It's definitely not funny the 106th time. Please stop. That was... And how did he do that in Japanese? Because we were listening to it and translated into English. So from a Japanese perspective, was that just like even more awkward? I don't know. Curious. NES Classic Edition restocked and Wednesday. Who cares? Honestly, I don't care about the NES Classic, but I'm not into clone consoles. All right, we got 2 minutes and then I'm out of here. Pro controller is $70 US. Yeah, that one's kind of unfortunate. I'm gonna see how much I enjoy the actual like default controller and see if I really care enough about getting the Pro controller, because $70, man. Like I really don't want to do that. But we'll see. We'll see. Like the regular control, the Joy-Cons with the dock or whatever it is, it presumably can function as an actual controller. If it can't, then yeah, I'll be pissed. But we'll see. All right, one last question. I'm out of here. So let's go with a good one here, preferably related to the Switch, since that's what this is about. This isn't that question. Did the bad translator annoy you? No, he wasn't bad. It was just like there was one part where he just, I think, fell asleep or something. He like stopped doing his job and he's, oh fuck, I'm supposed to be translating. That part was kind of amusing. Chaos Rabbit, I'm not going on for another 30 minutes. Although you know that I do kind of do that with the after parties, don't you? That's why I like doing this by myself, so I don't have to deal with Aaron and Emery's fucking bullshit. I like doing this on my own. Plus, you guys are really interesting. You know, like you're way more interesting to talk to than Aaron and Emery. They're the worst. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, Game Society Pips, my other channel. We do live streams too, but those two guys are not fun to do live streams with. Can you pre-order it in store? Not currently, I would assume, but you can pre-order it at Best Buy and Walmart online at the moment. All right, let's get that good question. The Shenmue 1 and 2 thing. I talked about that on like one of the Facebook groups. Let's keep it related to this. Long story short, the whole Shenmue domain thing, it's encouraging, but it doesn't mean anything, and people are blowing it way too out of proportion. Yes, the CAD estimated price is $399.99, but that's if you go. I'm assuming, Minos, that you are Canadian. If you adjust for inflation, or not, I'm sorry, currency calculation, if you adjust that to USD, that's actually pretty much exactly the same price. But that doesn't help you, does it? Because you still have to put down $400. No, Chaos Rabbit knows. Aaron and Emery are, as he says, big doo-doo butts. Do you think Nintendo should have spent an extra 30 minutes showing all the games? No, Nintendo is going to do a treehouse tomorrow where they'll show more stuff. What do you think about it? I'm just trying to read all the questions like silently so I can find like one good one that we can really talk about here. When you pre-order with Amazon, it's tax-free. That's not true. That depends on your state, dude. Was I able to pre-order? I did it on the stream successfully. Yes. Seriously? I've almost been up for 2 hours? Fuck. All right. You Steeler says Best Buy is working now. Congratulations. Switch USB power regulate stuff? I don't even know what you're saying. Okay. All right. We're going to go with this one. Shady Big L Pock says, do you think Wii games and 3DS games will be available? I'm going to extend that to kind of include backwards compatibility as a general concept. No, not physically anyway. We do think, didn't we get some confirmation that GameCube stuff is going to be on there? So that would be pretty cool. But I mean, I'm not going to support any of that shit because I don't care about the digital stuff, but yeah, I mean, I'm open to that concept. I mean, I'm glad people can get something out of that and that makes people happy, whatever. But, like, I personally don't care. Like, I have the actual games. I have the actual consoles. I'll just go about it that way. So, yeah, that's kind of my stance on it. And some people are saying now that 4chan leaked some information about a new Bomberman game and other stuff. So that's pretty cool. Other people are saying states that you can get not to pay taxes in, like Idaho. I guess that makes sense. I always thought it was just Delaware, Alaska, and Oregon. But there you go. What do you hope for the Nintendo Switch to do? Okay, all right, we are going to go out with that one instead, just because that's more of a projection. I hope the Nintendo Switch is successful. I want Nintendo to be relevant and be around, and no pun intended, be in the game. But I don't know, man. I think they're just repeating all the same mistakes as the Wii U. And in this case, they're actually making some new ones. We're going to see 3 or 4 games only at launch. That's pretty bad. Although, to be fair, the N64 launched with like what, one? It was like Super Mario 64 was like the only game available at launch. Maybe like Wave Race 64 as well. So it's not like it can't be successful with that. It's just such a strange move. But as long as Legend of Zelda's there, I think they'll be all right, at least at the beginning. Much like the Wii U, they got a lot of third-party support at the beginning. I just hope that they can maintain it. We'll see how some of those games sell, man, because the like EA, I mentioned this earlier in the stream, like they only put out a couple of games at the beginning. It was like Madden and like FIFA, and how bad did those games sell that it like literally only a couple weeks later EA publicly declared they were abandoning the Wii U. Like how bad did that perform? So I just hope we don't see the same thing happen with the Switch. But based on at least the initial reactions that I saw in this thread, a lot of people are not happy with the Switch, and that's unfortunate. But I'm not going to really fully judge it until I have it in my hands. I don't really care about the motion control stuff, but if I don't have to use it, then I'll enjoy it more. People were wondering why they aren't showing stuff like Metroid. It's like, no, they probably haven't been working on one. I don't think they would keep that a secret. But we'll see, man. I think the thing that really, if the Switch ends up not being successful, it will be because they did not have enough of the necessary releases at the beginning. The beginning is when you have your first chance to impress the world, and if all they have is Zelda, which admittedly could be enough on its own, if that's all they have and it doesn't click, that they're in a lot of trouble because I don't know, man. Like, if you could have come out hitting hard with that, with all the, like, those Wii U ports like Mario Kart 8 and Smash Brothers, and have all of that available, even that new Mario game that obviously isn't going to be ready for almost a year. But if you had been able to successfully get all that at your launch, I think you would have knocked it out of the park. But because they didn't, they're in dangerous. It's dangerous for them. Anyway, that's what I think. So I'm going to get going here. Again, please like the stream if you haven't already. I would appreciate it. That really helps the video get out there a little more. I'll see you guys in at some point later this month, probably. As I mentioned, I won't be putting out very many videos this month because I'm dealing with issues with YouTube and my MCN and stuff, which I'll handle. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me on this. What was supposed to be like 20 to 30 minute video tops, again, always turns into fucking 2 hours of insanity. But nevertheless, I've had fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you for staying up late if you're in North America. Good morning, Europeans and Australians and New Zealanders. It's been nice talking to you. And of course, there's obviously many other countries around the world. I know a lot of you mentioned them, but nevertheless, I'm tired. I need to go to bed. So thank you very much, guys, for joining me, and I'll see you all later.